I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Did you guys miss me?
Hell no!
No? Well, okay then. Well, for those of you who did miss me, look at it this way. I have a bit over a month left in school, and then I'm here to bother you guys all summer like last year. Remember that? All my division prediction videos, me sticking up for a quarterback I previously hated and calling Kaepernick, me sorely missing on the Super Bowl prediction videos. Yeah, all that's returning this summer in the season of speculation, so just hold tight. But right now we're going to talk about more pertinent topics. Let's go. We're in draft and free agency season. Every team is getting all giddy at the new additions and the potential of this year's draft class. Your previously crappy team is going to do a major turnaround like the Oakland Raiders of last year, right? More on the Raiders later, I promise, but right now, as promised, I'm going to focus on the winner of the free agency period. Which team had the best free agency? Which free agent pickup was the best? Find out on a new edition of The Pylon. Now, one of my great subscribers, Ian Jones, asked me to address this topic. He specifically asked me what was the best free agency signing so far. I'm going to split my answer into two parts. Yes, Ian, in my opinion, Brandon Marshall to your New York Giants was the best sole signing of free agency. Many people want to point to Cooks to New England, but not so fast. Brady will make any receiver look good. Patriots by far had the best free agency signing period for numerous reasons that I don't really need to get into, but I will say that the sexy signing in Brandon Cooks is not the best because any receiver that has that sort of talent is going to be made useful in New England, even if you have marginal talent. But the overall haul of free agents with Dwayne Allen, Stephen Gilmore, and Lawrence Guy along with Cooks gives the Super Bowl lock in the AFC even more cushion. If they get AP, they need to launch another investigation for cheating. But the best signing overall, I would say, is Brandon Marshall to New York because he is actually going to be what Victor Cruz wasn't in his final season in New York. Brandon Marshall has come a long way with his maturity since entering the league. He doesn't have the playoff experience of Victor Cruz, but I'm pretty sure he has bigger balls than Victor Cruz. He's not as easily swayed by the spotlight like Cruz was. He's not going to ride the coattails of a young star like Victor Cruz did. Marshall is already on record saying that Miami would not have happened last year if he was on the team. Victor Cruz, you're playing on hobbled knees, not offering any assistance to OBJ. The one thing you were supposed to be good for, leadership. You could not put your foot down and protect your man. You had two jobs, Victor. As the season went on, it was very clear that you were only good for one job, and you couldn't even do that. Brandon Marshall still has plenty of gas left in the tank, and he's going to alleviate pressure off of Odell by making plays in single coverage until they start to double him. He's going to be a useful guide to Sterling Shepard and Odell off the field, and he is going to greatly assist in turning this offense around. Still need an O-lineman, definitely. But now Odell doesn't have to score a 70-yard touchdown against the Dallas Cowboys to punch your ticket into the playoffs. You can rely on Brandon Marshall to drop a $120, every now and then and keep your best player in check. Best pure signing of free agency. I'm Milton Woolley, and you're now listening to The Pylon. Marshawn Lynch. Beast mode. Looking to come out of retirement and help his childhood team get over the hump. Now, obviously, this is one of those dream scenarios where he gets to play in his hometown, yada, yada, yada. But hopefully he's only returning for maybe 1 year because them moving to Las Vegas kind of kills that narrative. But I'm just being pessimistic. Let me stop. Let's analyze. If the guy feels healthy enough to play, back issues have been suppressed. You got a young guy in DeAndre Washington who averaged 5.4 yards per carry last year that can spell Lynch when he's gassed. Second best offensive line in football. This is clearly a match made in heaven if Lynch is fully healthy, no question about it. But does he really make them better? The people who are going, oh, Marshawn to Oakland is certainly going to put them over the top, he's a missing link to their Super Bowl hopes, are absolute idiots. They had a great running game last year. Latavius Murray was excellent for them. Running back wasn't their kryptonite. Their running game wasn't their weakness. They finished 6th in the league in rushing. It's the defense. The defense was the big flaw of their team last year, not the running game. Marshawn going to Oakland is just a feel-good story that makes us smile, that makes Marshawn feel all giddy, flashing his grill all over the TV screen. He's not the missing piece to their Super Bowl hopes. It's the defense, giving up 24 points per game, 26th in the league. They need work, not the running game. Let me tell you. Marshawn is one of my favorite players ever. He's the reason I started watching the Seattle Seahawks games. He's the one who put Seattle on the map. He does not automatically make them a stronger player in the AFC, talking about Oakland. That's nonsense. Oakland didn't have trouble running the ball last year. They had trouble defending despite having the Defensive Player of the Year. You're now being educated by the pylon. So I guess to end the show, I have to make my comments on Tony Romo retiring. Personally, I don't care. My natural reaction was, oh wow, he really retired. That's really it. But my job is to overanalyze the hell out of whatever situation I talk about, so here goes. Tony Romo was definitely underappreciated in Dallas. He definitely had his gaffes, but what quarterback doesn't? In my opinion, Peyton Manning is the greatest quarterback ever, and he certainly had his blunders. Same with Brady. And a whole bunch of other legends. Romo gave Dallas stability up until his last few years, at the quarterback position when the rest of his team was unstable. Jerry Jones realized this. He held on to Romo as they drifted apart with each game from Dak Prescott. Romo drifted further and further away, inch by inch, holding onto each other's hands as the arms extend, when the only thing holding them together was the interlocking of their index fingers curling together. Romo decided to let go. Romo just went through a season where he lost his job to a rookie phenom. He's heard the criticism throughout his career. He knew he was underappreciated, and that weighs on you. When he was put on the trade block, he wanted to find a lover. He wanted someone to invest in him. He wanted to matter. He didn't want to be a business transaction. He wanted to be welcome. He wanted to be welcomed in as the guy. And no one bit. Is it Jerry's fault for making his asking price for an aging, injury-prone quarterback too high? Probably. But no one bit. The undrafted free agent, overly criticized quarterback ended his career just as underappreciated as ever. No one wanted to commit to him out of college. Dallas Cowboys fans didn't want to commit to him while he was a starter. And no team wanted to commit to him on the precipice of his career. He threw his middle finger up, turned back, winked at Jerry, and said, "Screw you guys. You'll miss me when I'm gone." And that remains to be seen. That does it for the show today. I want to thank you guys for listening to my rhetoric once again. Don't really have any wise guy advice to give you guys today because my mind has been in a different place. It's been focused on school, and rightfully so, but trust me, this summer is going to be packed with some good stuff, so just stay tuned. My name is Milton Woolley, and this has been another edition of The Pylon.